Right, you should have had a little recording. So welcome to the first team meeting of the year. Now, I know that some people can't join us because they're working. I know that some people are going to join a little bit later. So obviously that's good. Well, I mean, I hope you all had a great Christmas. That's the most important thing. And happy birthday to Liz on the 2nd. But she won't hear that because she's not on the call at the moment.
She'll get it on the recording.
Yeah, she'll get it on the recording. So happy birthday, Liz. 21 again. I wish it was all 21 again now. But it's, kind of, I think we've got some, exciting things, exciting month ahead. And for those who have qualified already for the 200% ECB by either creating enough customers in December to qualify, so you needed 6 action points in December to qualify, and then if you didn't qualify, then you could have purchased a pack which would qualify you for that. So that's whichever way you decide to do it, that's great. And then obviously if you didn't do that, sometimes they do it and sometimes they don't, but this month's qualification for the ECB, so it will be backdated at the end of the month. It will be backdated. Excuse my snotty husband.
Got a runny bugle.
So that will be backdated at the end of the month, as long as you have qualified. But to qualify for it, instead of 6 action points, you've got to do 12. So it's kind of double the amount effectively, but there are some people who have taken that and are starting as they mean to go on. So I'm going to congratulate someone who, and I just couldn't believe it actually. I was checking, I said, "Oh, how are you doing?" to Tanya and Michael, who are in Ireland. They're direct to frontline to Tomas, lovely couple. She's in the financial industry and husband's a kind of builder, decorator, whatever. And Tanya wants to get out of what she's doing. So she has, thank you for letting Liz in. So what's been interesting is that she's obviously been seeing friends and family over the Christmas period. And she said, yeah, we had a couple of kind of good weeks in November, and then December was okay, it was not too bad, but she hadn't qualified. She was 1 away from qualifying for the 6 points in December. So this month, now we're only the 5th today, so from the 1st to the 4th, she put on, how many was it? 23 subscriptions. 23 subscriptions.
So she's now actually up to 31.
She's up to 31 now.
So she's gone at 18.
She's gone 18. She's earned her 12 action points. So for her 200% ECB, which is fantastic. And more importantly, it's shown her that it can be achieved. And probably every single one of them, except for 2, I think it was, they ended up buying 4 products each. So it was a health protocol plus Viva. So, it's very, very achievable. And it means that she's actually only got 12 customers, but she's got 31 subscriptions in total. That's amazing. Well done, Ruth, on getting your 3 customers the other day. So that's fantastic. And what that does, once you've qualified for your 200% ECB, whether it's by putting on customers or partners, then it is going to triple your points. As long as you're A team, it's going to triple your credit points. So that means that if you're putting on a health protocol pack, then you're looking at, instead of 22 for points, you're looking at 66. So all of a sudden you can start to see how people progress that much quicker. And quite often you see a lot of rank advancements as well. So I think that's an exciting thing. So, we're day 5 now, so we're not even past into the first week, but we know that a percentage of the month has already gone. So don't leave it until right at the last minute. You have to work on it on a daily basis.
Just on that health protocol point, the 22 points ordinarily is the activity apart from the cash bonus. So if you're at 25, you're already on 20% anyway. And that means you're effectively tripling the additional credit, enrollment, whatever way you like to look at it, on top of that. So you're being paid, you pick up an awful lot more for doing the same activity. That's the point. And I've just completed an analysis of our last couple of years. You can see the difference in ECB months by comparison with a no ECB month. You know, the income increase is, for us at least, is generally around about £2,000 to £3,000 a month more than it is without it. So this is the time which if you put aside all the doubt, put aside the time, as much time as you've got to recruit in this month, because it will make a huge difference to your pay next month. And that then gives you the chance to consolidate and help those people achieve to get to the X Team, Z for free, and to pick up as many of the bonuses as possible if you brought them on as partners during that double ECB month. So it's moving from ECB to ECB, if you like, and it does make a huge difference to the amount of money you actually generate.
Great. So I'm just letting Kelly in. Well done, Bobby, as well, for your health protocol. And I know that you've got a few more lined up as well, yeah. And hopefully business as well. So it's just working on all aspects and trying to make sure that your activity is there as much as possible. Hi, Kelly. Nice to see you. We are recording, so I'll make sure you haven't missed much. Don't worry. The other thing is that, you know, I hope that most of you, or hope all of you, managed to get onto the call yesterday for the kickoff. Did everyone get onto it? Oh, Paul, no.
Working.
He was working. Okay, so understandable. But the ones who did, I hope you got value out of it, because I certainly did. And I've just said in the chat on the thing, I just love the vulnerability of Orion trying to do this surfboarding thing, which is a motorized one, and how he was just like Bambi. He was like, whoa. And to be able to equate that to the learning skills we all have to learn in our business, you know, especially if you haven't been in this industry before, it's actually kind of baby steps until you actually become confident at it. And that was really, I thought, really powerful. And again, going through those goals, and whichever goal program you use, goal setting program. So we've got Brian Main, we've got the one that Orion has gone through, Hilda went through last night, and we've also got other ones which are, you know, kind of Marco's got in the one Mondo. But whichever one you use, all of those are valid, because if you can put them down, and, you know, rewriting your goals is so important, because we all change. And, you know, we hadn't rewritten our goals until last week when we shared them with you. We showed you what our goals were and how each of you can be a part of that, because it is going to be, you know, kind of including you. But if you don't have your goals set out and an understanding of what you've got to do to achieve them, then you might as well just rip them up into like 20 pieces and scatter them and see if you can make a jigsaw again, because it's not going to work. So that's why it's so important. And thank you for the ones who have sent their goal mapping, Brian Main goal mapping ones in, because it's really powerful to see where people want to go to. Because if I'm including you, so I'm going to say Kelly because she's right on my screen right here, but if I'm including you in my plan as part of my team to supply, oh, enjoy your cuppa, Nice to have waiting service. But it's but that's powerful to know what Kelly's got in mind, because if she doesn't share it with me, how am I to know? How am I to know if her plans are going to coincide with what I have got planned, and whether that's going to work on that as well? So that was, for me, was really powerful. Was that, has everyone kind of done their goals? Okay. Oh, good girls.
Angus, what have you? You're sort of
yourself.
waving nonchalantly there. We can't hear you. You're muted.
I've sort of done them.
You sort of, well, you need to sort of do them properly.
Yeah, they need to be properly done. Yeah.
Yeah, and
But
is pushing.
I got a whole lot out
vision.
from last night.
Okay, so again, it was, what things from last night you can then draw into if you're doing the Brian Main ones, and which I think are really powerful, because
Yeah.
I'm very visual. I'm incredibly visual. He's very left-brained.
Mm.
And so he'll write it all big long list down, and that will just like,
So
glaze over.
One of us is yin and the other is yang, and I can never remember which one it is.
Well, it doesn't really matter, does it? The two together work out quite well.
Well, I'm the long lists.
Exactly right.
And I know Liz, for instance, is very visual, very, very visual.
So just to illustrate that, I did a quick analysis on the last couple of years of income, and because Orion was saying he's looking for 33% growth this year. Well, I'm very happy to say we've doubled ours every year we've been involved in Zinzino, and I see no reason for that trend not to continue.
Yeah.
And in fact, it should
That's
accelerate.
actually really quite exciting, because all of a sudden he said, "Do you know how much you earned last year?" And I went,
Well,
"No."
see, Sue doesn't track this stuff. I do. So when she sees the progression, I can see her thinking, "Oh, new car." I can see her thinking, "Oh, we're going to move then." I mean, all these things that we've been thinking about and writing down and setting as goals are possible only if you have the lever to do it with, and that is the income. At the end of the day, people don't like the idea of talking about money very much, but actually it's the thing that provides the options to do all of these things. So while we're not actually focused on a money goal, we're focused on an activity goal, because that's the bit we can control.
Yeah.
The money is the side effect of that activity. It always is. And on trend, based on the existing levels of activity, we will double our business this year. That's not actually good enough, because the goals we've got and what we want to achieve means we are doing more activity. So we should see greater results as a consequence of that. But it can't, like Sue was saying, it's actually about the measurability of it. If you don't know what your goal is, what you're reaching for, how can you choose what to do on a day-by-day basis? And all of that comes back to this one key concept that most people miss, and it's all about that word desire.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Absolutely.
And the connection with what it is that gets you up in the morning and makes you get off your backside and get on with it. And that's why this goal sharing thing is so good, because part of the process is people kind of think about what they want.
Hey, Tanya, we can't see you, my lovely. Get your camera on.
And people think about what they want.
Stop messing. Hello, guys.
Hello.
Hi.
We're going to get you to talk in a minute, Tanya.
Yeah, we're going to get you to say something in a minute.
To give us your testimony on how you've done what you've done in the last week, which is fantastic.
Last 3 days, 4 days, unbelievable.
So the act of goal setting itself helps you to refine what it is you really want. And that's the point I'm really trying to drive at here. It's not so much, it's not a, this is not a wish list as such. This is the want list. And that's the bit that people need to translate. And when you share it and you put a date on it, then it becomes much more definite in terms of the activity you undertake in order to achieve it. And that's driven by the way you feel about that achievement. So I will always come back to this whenever I talk about it. It's not so much the concept of what you want, it's the reality of the way you feel about it that will drive the activity. And so the activity is the bit that makes it come about. So you have to know what you're going to do on a daily basis. And by sharing that with others, it becomes much clearer about why you're doing it. And because of the why, then the activity follows. So we're going to do this first part of every month. We're going to do we're going to pick up on all these goals, because we want to remind you, and we want you to remind us about what the goals are for the year and their progress towards them. Because essentially, as Orion talked about, it's that plan, do, check, and adjust.
Yeah.
Those things. If you're planning your year, which we are, we know what we need to do in order to make it happen. We check our activity in order to ensure that we're on the track, and if we're not, we're adjusting accordingly. And if we're in front of track, well, that's fantastic. We've got a choice. We can either relax a bit or do that bit more and adjust the goal, because there's much more in reach. So it's a process. It's like all of these things. At the end of the day, nobody sponsors someone as an event. It's always a process. You take them from one understanding to another.
Hi, Tom.
So,
Good evening.
Good evening. Happy New Year to you all.
And you too.
We were just going through about the goal setting, and hopefully everyone was on the call last night with the kickoff. It was brilliant, I thought. Colin always exceeds himself. I think he's such a good orator, but it's anyway, so I hope you all got value out of it. We were saying that the people who have actually shared their goal mapping with us, it's so powerful, because then we can add you in, and we've actually just received folders, so we can put everyone's in here so we can see what everyone's doing. But that's and then that can be part of our plan within the greater, but knowing what you guys need is so important. So Tanya, if you've not done the goal mapping, then you need to do that, because this girl is on fire at the moment. So Tanya, I'm going to ask you to unmute. Tanya is this amazing lady who has only just recently joined Tomas, and so you're in the financial industry, aren't you?
I am, yes.
You are.
Sadly.
And you love your job, don't you?
Oh, totally. Not.
So this is her way to get out of that job. But tell us what you've done in the last
few days.
4 days.
Well, it looks like I've only done it in the last 4 days, or we've only done it in the last 4 days. Obviously, Michael is part of it all. No, we have been working on new potential customers for weeks, really, since we signed up in October, I think it was. And yeah, so we have just been made a list, targeted different people we thought would benefit from this. And we've met them, we spoke to them by phone and just informed them, really, told them about our own experiences. And by now we have testimonials coming in from customers that we've signed up. And it just came together in the last 4 days, the work from the past couple of weeks. So it looks like we've done magic in 4 days. It's not quite like that.
Well, I announced yesterday on the team pages that they've just gone A team, and then like Tomas messages me, she's done another 5 now, and I went, what? So literally within another 20 minutes or so, she got up to 31. So well done. I'm so proud of you. And it does take time, doesn't it? It does take time.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it is a process, when you first contact somebody, and not everybody is very excited about it in the beginning. People are very mistrusting as well, oh, what is this? And so it takes a little bit of effort and talking. So that's what we've been doing for the last couple of weeks. And then also we are new to this, and we had to educate ourselves about the products and feeling our way around. So yeah, we have very busy.
The lovely thing is, you weren't even aware that all your customers were going to get free serum. So happy days.
This is the interesting thing, and I said this to Michael yesterday. Sue said we've gone A team. What does that even mean? To be honest, we didn't sign up to this or started with this so much purely from a business point of view. We've done it, we just believe in the product, and from our own experiences, we know what it's done for me, what it's done for Michael, and what it's done to family members and friends.
Excellent.
So that's how we kind of done it. But I think the business mind is starting to kick in now.
Yeah, all of a sudden you kind of go, oh,
Glad to
Oh,
hear.
yes.
so you're now up to 20% on everything that you retail.
Yeah.
So you get a 20% cash bonus, plus you would, I mean, you didn't go silver, but you went smart bronze and you did the X Team Express. So you've got those two bonuses too. Hi, Michael. And, but also now you're going to get 20% on everything you do. And because you're over 25 customers at 18, that means that you now have your residual kicks in.
Residual credit bonus.
So that
It's paid on those who are on subscription. So you get the basic enrollment bonus as once they sign, but then every month you get the repeat income from their regular subscription purchase.
and this
So
month,
on a balance oil, it would ordinarily be 4 points. But because you've now gone beyond 25 and you're now 18, you get 100% residual credit bonus, meaning that instead of 4 points, it now becomes 8 points. Now, 4 points means €4 effectively on the repeat. So now you're at that level of subscription, 18, then you're going to get €8 instead. So why wouldn't everybody get to 25? Because it doubles your income effectively across 25 subscriptions. So it does make a big difference.
but you've also in that time, in those last 4 days, excuse me, in those last 4 days, you've actually qualified for the 200% ECB.
Oh, as well, I thought that was in December.
Well, no, they've allowed it to go through, but they've actually doubled the amount of action points you need. So instead of 6 action points, which was last month, you missed that by 1 point last month. 1 point, but that's fine. But you've qualified for it this month already. So that means that you're going to get, for every time you have a health protocol come on, instead of 22 credits, you're going to get 66 credits.
Hey,
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So all of a sudden you've doubled your income,
More than.
more than doubled your income.
Brilliant. Is there a page or a link? There must be a place somewhere where we can see the different stages and commissions and how it's all structured.
In your compensation plan, which you can download from your back office in your.
Okay.
You'll probably pick it up pretty easily because of your background. But if you want an explanation of it, then give me a shout because we'll have a session on it.
That would be great. Yeah.
You'll be more familiar with what it actually means. The best thing to do is keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would like to understand, the business aspect a little bit better.
Yeah,
I've had already a question from a customer who is a potential partner in the future. So she had a few questions which I couldn't answer, so I need to educate myself on it.
Okay.
You
then,
just need to text us.
don't
WhatsApp us.
don't try and do that on your own.
Yeah.
Oh, I won't.
Just do a 3-way with Sue or with me or with Tomas or with Kelly or whoever's available at the time, and bring them in at that point.
Yeah.
Very simply because there is a psychological reason as well as a practical reason. The psychological one is that you're bringing in a third party who is a specialist, and they can't judge them. They can judge you, but they can't judge me, for example,
Yes.
except in what I say. And the other reason is, of course, we've got the knowledge here, which you'll learn while you learn. So
Through experience.
you don't have to learn all this stuff before you do it. Just keep doing it and bring us in to help you, because that's the role we really genuinely have here.
Yeah.
So what we wanted to go through, obviously, and for those of you, it's all about goals this year. What do you want to achieve out of it? And So having those short-term goals, the monthly goals. So the monthly goal is to get as far as you can and have as many partners or customers as you can so that you can reach that next rank.
Let me correct that. The month goal is to get where you want to be, rather
That's why
than
I
where
s-
you can. No,
Oh, all
it's a
right, okay.
difference. One is definite, the other's not. I'm going to go as far as I can. Well, what does that mean?
You're in trouble, Nigel, right?
I'm so-
Yeah, there he is.
I see a horizon. Now that's where I'm going to, I can get that far because I can see it. So what comes up after you reach the horizon? Another one. And that's the
Yeah.
point here.
Yeah.
So you have to decide which horizon you want. And that you can determine in two ways. It goes back to what I was saying right at the beginning. One is, of course, you think about it where you would like to be, and then you factor in the practicality of trying to achieve that. Have you got the time? Have you got the resources? Only two things: time and money, essentially. It's a combination of those that can accelerate, leverage the pace at which you make this work. So where you want to end up, where you'd like to end up, has to be tempered against the practicality of those two things: time and money as resources, if you like.
Yeah.
So, because it's very easy for someone to come in and say, well, I want to be here at president or whatever, which is like probably 2, 3, 4 years of full-time work if you put your effort in. But actually, within the next 3 months, I've got this much time available. I can see I can arrive at this point, whether that's platinum, executive, diamond, director. It all depends on what time and resource you've got available. That's a practical process, but it's actually the heart process that makes the difference about the activity, because how much you want it makes the difference about how much you do in the end, and how dogged you are at that. So it's both a left and a right brain process and an emotional one. How does it make you feel about achieving it? So this year, in terms of goals, and why we're going on about it so much, is because it's not our success that matters. It's helping you to get the success that you want. We can only do that if we understand what you want. And because we have the practical side of it, we know how this business works. We've been around the block enough times to realize what kind of challenges you're going to come up against. And it's our job to help you overcome those as much as we can. And if we can't help, we know a man who can, and he knows another man who can, and so on. We've got the team collectively working to help people achieve the goals that they've got, because just like our goals support what we have, your goals and everybody else's goals in Zinzino support the overall corporate goals, which is better for all of us, because it becomes more and more credible. The company becomes more successful and more of an exemplar about the way this industry should really work, and does work. So yeah, it's what do you want to get out of it is the challenge we're throwing out there to everyone. Now that can take a bit of time to work out, because that's, there is a slide we've got which shows the income levels at various different ranks that Zinzino's already identified, and any of us can turn around and go, well, I'd like to be there at 30, 40, 50,000 a month. Well, yeah, but before you get to that point, you got to learn how to get to bronze, then silver, then gold, then platinum. Oh, sorry,
Take a few steps in between.
Exactly. So that's the point. It's where do you see yourself in this next month, and where would you want to be by the end of the year? And then we can work it back, because the big goal is going to get there by a series of steps of smaller goals. For example, we're going to go Black Crown this year. We've got to go through 3, 4 more ranks before we achieve that. That means that there's a lot to do. So we've got to
three more.
We've got to recruit.
Crown, Royal Crown, Black Crown.
Three steps. We've got to help do personal recruitment, but we've got to help you guys do the same thing. Because the more customers you have, the better it is for us. The more we help you, the better it is for you. The more your income rises, the more you can afford to do it.
Yeah.
So that's the long-winded way of saying we're working with the people who want to set goals this year and go for something specific. It's our job to help them run towards that goal and to achieve that as fast as is possible, given the resources that we each have.
Yeah, so it's so one of the things that we do on a monthly basis at the beginning of the month is, Barry, I'm just going to share my screen. Hi, Dermot.
Hi. I was held up.
He's in the car by the look of it.
Yeah, I was held up.
All right. Okay, well, I hope you're not driving.
No, I'm not. I've stopped. Now, just
Right.
outside.
Okay, so bear with me. I just need to bring this up. Oh, hang on a second. Bear with me. Right, so this is the goal and action plan. And for those of you who've been through this already with me, then that's obviously, you know, kind of you're used to. Oh, sorry, what have I done there? There, clicked on the wrong bit. Hang on a minute. Bear with me, just let me expand that out. So it's about reviewing what's happened in the previous month. So December, how did the December go for you? So these, I can send this to you, you can print it off, or what you can also do is you can actually do it online. So you can actually fill this in. So I can put in December. Ooh, so putting it in wrong. December, current month, obviously January, where we want to be. So we want to be Crown this month. And you first of all need to review what's happened in the last month and year. So, you know, we went to director in September or October. So, yeah,
Well, it doesn't matter.
September or October, I can't remember which now. And how did that go? We've requalified at director, but we didn't requalify at director last month. We missed it by a few thousand. So those things you need to be put, what didn't go well, what went well. We had a few people who had said that they were going to commit and didn't. So that was things that didn't go well. So the number of auto ships and banked volume that you have. Now, for those of you who've got businesses growing underneath you, then, you know, that puts you in an exceptional position. So I know that Dermot was one of the first people, Liz and Dermot were one of the first people they were that we sponsored, one in either way. And they have a, you know, large amount of volume in one side of their business. And that is very beneficial means that you've only got to focus on the other side to actually increase that volume. But also for the customers that are actually in there. So you can find out your customer auto ship numbers from going in. Let me go into, bear with me.
This is the predictor.
So this is the predictor. So for us, this is, and I'm showing you mine. That's, so bear with me a second.
So what this does is with the existing subscriptions, you know that those people, but not all of them, because some do drop out occasionally, but you know that you've got X number of people who are going to receive an order that month, they're going to pay for it. That means you're going to get a certain number of points that month, regardless of your new activity and the activity of your team. So this is the core of your business based on the overall numbers of subscriptions within your organization. So what Sue is going to show you is the number within our business that we start with at the beginning of the month. So that will have shown people who've dropped out and new people who've come on. So hopefully the number has gone up over the last month. That then gives us an ability to calculate how many points we will get from all of those subscriptions.
Okay, so if I go into my reporting, so this is where we are right at this minute. So we're just short of becoming executive at the moment. So 125 left to go. If you go into your reporting and then go to customers, and obviously it brings up your customers beneath, but if I go to team customers, it will then give you how many customers you have on your left and how many you've got on your right. Now on the left hand, we've got 721 customers. So we are now the next, oh, hang on, Bobby's coming back in again. So we've got 279 to get to our next level increase, which is 3,000. So, you know, kind of every single person on the left of our business, which is Dermot's side, Tomas's side, Bobby, it's not on Liz's side, so that's on the other side. So that all goes towards that. So from customers on the left, we've got 721 in total. 682 of those are from customers and 39 are from partners. So it's the auto ships from partners that actually also do that. And because we've got over 25 customers, it means that we are able to instead, and then take the base, as Nigel was saying, of 4. 4 is for a balance oil. So that's the average. The 4 is the average for a subscription. And if you've got Extend, it might be a little bit lower. Xenobiotic or Xenogene is 1. Or no, Xenogene is half.
Just on that note, 80% of the business is balance oil. So that's why we use the number 4 as the basic
the base number
on which to calculate this, because the likelihood is their basic subscriptions balance oil. Obviously, there's a certain amount of distortion in that number, but it's a very good guide.
So we've got 682 here. So that's what you're going to use. So 682, bear with me. Whoops. 682 multiplied by 8, because I've got, that's 5,456.
Right, let's just recap on that. So basic is 4. Now, once you've got RCB, you're 18 with 25 subscriptions. Then it doubles and you count it as 8 instead of 4.
Can't see that. Sorry.
So that number, Sue's just, that's 682. She's multiplied by 8. That's given her 5,456 points. That's the number of points we will have go through our business this month without any new business.
82.
So new business then counts on top of that.
Multiplied by 8 equals, where are we?
5456.
5456.
So we can start with the expectation of about 5,500 points coming into the business this month, regardless. New business coming in with 200% ECB. If with every partner who comes in on an ultimate kit, which is 150 points, instead of counting as 150, counts as 450.
Right.
So you can see how rapidly the point values can accelerate, especially in a double ECB month.
Okay, so if we go to the other side, so on the right-hand side of our business, got 3,001 customers and 189 partners, all contributing towards their monthly auto order. So we're going to take the 3,001, so 3001 multiplied by 8 is 24,008 points. So if we go then to, where's my, oh, yeah. 24,000, sorry, what did I say it was? 3,000, no, 3,001 multiplied by 8 equals
24,000.
Thank you.
And 8.
And 8. 24,008. So it means that you're going to get a total of 5,456 volume credits in the left side of your business or in our business, whether we do anything or not. So we then have to work out what we need to do to get to that next level. So our goal, as I said, was Crown, or is Crown, and that is, I always forget, 16,000 credits. And that means that you have 2/3 in one side and 1/3 in the other. Now, because we have got a lot of volume in the right-hand side, I'm going to let the 2/3 go in there. So I've only got to do, it's 8,000 then.
No,
16. 16.
We still need 16,000.
In the left.
Double director, yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry. So 16,000 in the left,
So there's a lot to do.
Yeah, and the rest is in the right. Whoa. So you've got to add those things, but it means that 5,400 of that is gone. So I've only got to do 10,000, just over 10,000. In fact, just under 10,000. So working that out is kind of important for when you need to get who's going to make your, what are you going to be doing? Are you going to be recruiting partners? Are you committing to recruit partners? So yes, we have committed to recruit at least 3 partners this month, and we would like to recruit 10 customers. Then, so those are our goals for that. So you put in there what you're going to have. So 10, and then partners with at least 3.
Personal,
that is.
because remember the rest of it will come out of the activity of the remainder of the group.
Nigel, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Okay, the 16,000 needs to be in one lane. Does that mean you have to have 48,000 in the other?
32,000 in the other, so 48 altogether. So
Okay, thank you.
32. We've already got that because we've got more than enough in the way of banking. Plus there'll be 24,000, at least 24,000 added in that side of the business this month anyway. And it will be from the subscriptions, and that doesn't take account of how many new partners will come on during this month as well. So we do not need to worry about the right side of our business at all for several months, qualifying at whatever rank we do qualify at.
There will be a time though we have to do both again. So
inevitably, as time goes on and the business gets bigger, as the left-hand side of our business gets bigger, then it will begin to balance at some point in the future. But I don't see that for another year or so.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sorry.
So then you have to look at the people within the team. So I can only see a few of you here. So we've got Kelly, we've got Tomas, we've got Tanya, and I've got Dermot here. So Dermot's at the very top of our business on the left-hand side. So Dermot is here. Where does Dermot want to be? What is Dermot going to do? Now, Dermot's got a new guy who's really helped to trot as well. So that's, those are, we can add them into those goals as well. So it's actually what he is now. So he's a silver at the moment and where he wants to be. And that's, kind of, we wanted now to find out what Dermot wants out of this. And that will include what Sean, his new partner, comes in. We've then got Tomas underneath him.
So you get the picture. We're building a picture across the whole of the business.
So he's platinum at the moment. Where do you want to be, Tomas?
Is he still there?
He's still here, but stop being quiet.
He's hiding as usual.
He's always hiding. Tomas, where do you want to be this month?
We know where he wants to be. He wants to go diamond, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, a few words.
So we'll put you in as diamond, and this is part of the secret here is building people to rank.
Okay, the next person I can see is Kelly. Kelly, where do you want to be?
In the month? Oh, I'd love to go platinum, please.
No. Okay, so at the moment,
I'm not loving Nigel. Platinum, that's where I'm going.
I love it. So at the moment you're executive and you're going to go platinum.
Yeah,
okay.
That's a great goal.
That's a really good goal, and it's a big jump as well.
It's a doable goal this month if you've got the focus and the activities in place.
But underneath Kelly is Karen, and also underneath is in Kelly's line is Tanya and Michael. So we can include Tanya in there as well.
So you get the idea.
I'm not excluding you, Michael.
About the way you build this up, because it now gives us a picture of what where we're likely to be at the month end, or it's beginning to, and as a consequence of that, tells us whether the goal we've set, the practical goal we've set, can be achieved or not. And if not, how far are we going to miss it? And do we have the time and the resources to put in place the ability to leverage it in a way which gets us there anyway? And now we've got an understanding of what the work is, rather than just leaving it all to chance.
Okay, we've got Bobby in there as well. Bobby's under there, and Romana. Obviously, Romana's in the business, and Sabina's in the business as well. So they're all part of Dermot's team, the greater team, which is it's amazing to just think how easy it is. Then you start to see it kind of accumulate up. It's great. So at the moment, Tanya's not got a rank yet. So she's smart bronze at the moment. So smart bronze. And I would love to see you guys go. And you can more than it, I would say silver or gold, no problem at all. If you crack on with this month.
Don't feel bounced into this because we're doing this right
No,
now.
no, no,
This is a
and
conversation to be held.
So I'm going to put silver or gold. So, and then Bobby here. Bobby is gold at the moment.
Yeah.
And Bobby, where do you want to be this month?
I want to be this month platinum.
Wow. Excellent. Ooh, can't spell today. I'm now platinum.
Platinum.
I mean, yeah, I
Another
did.
element.
I know. So that all those things, all those goals that they have, they are part of what we are going to be doing. So that's all going to contribute to what our goal is. So that's why it's so important for us to know what your goals are. So you need to get your goal setting in the chat. I put up the in the chat. I put up the goal mapping link, so you can create your goal map for free of charge from Brian Main, and you're only allowed to create one goal without registering and becoming part of it, which is one goal map. Yeah, sorry. So you can't expand on that unless you restart again. But it's a really good, because it creates that visual and the words as well. So it's really important. So what are your plans for meetings? So every time that you talk to a prospect, now I've been talking to one chap who's one of our prospects. Oh,
3 years.
No. Well, yeah, one of them. No, I'm thinking about Basil, but no. I was thinking about Tony.
Oh, Tony. Well,
So
9 months.
Tony's been 7-8 months or something like that, and we're finally getting to the point. Whether he does it this month, we never know. So it is a process.
Yeah.
So however many meetings you need to get that partner, there's very few that you get a partner going, yeah, I'll do that now. Yeah, I'll sign up now. Very few, but the ones who do are the ones who are committed because they can see the value of doing so. So, but sometimes you may have to present 3 or 4 times to a person to get them to that decision-making process. So again, calculating the amount of meetings that you need to achieve those goals. So, and the same for customers. Oh, Dermot's coming in again. And again, with the customers, you have to do the same sort of thing. Customers, probably 1 in 3 people become a customer, and 1 in 5 a partner, and unless your rates are better. Some people get a better response. But also we were saying about the team plan, who's going to help you, and that's where you need to know people's decision making, if you like, and plans for themselves. So that's why it's so important at the beginning of each month to assess where you've been, assess what you've done, and then and then focus on what you've got to do to achieve the next level. So again, those will be there. We've got 200% active campaigns where we've got 200 till that we've got a customer campaign where they get a free serum until the 18th, so don't leave it until last minute. It's because I'm doing it slightly off skew here. 18th, and then with partners, then obviously they've got the refund option, but we've also the campaigns that we have. We've got the 200 ECB campaign, so it means that it triples every single credit that you have as long as you're qualified. So that 200% for an ultimate, and as I think Nigel said, it's normally 150 credits, it would become 450.
So let's just look at it like this. Sue sponsors me this month. I come in on an ultimate pack. One of my key goals is to find my 2 partners. So I'm going to go out as part of my list. I'm going to be looking for my customers. First, I'm going for Zeb for free. Then I'm looking for X Team to get to 10 subscriptions. And I'm also looking for my two partners, my first two partners. The key to going fast silver. So
Let's
because
do that in
that's how
30
you-
days.
that's how we maximize the
So we don't need to
bonuses
share
within
this.
the first 30 days.
Yeah,
And as a consequence of that activity, I will have got my 12 points. So I'll double the income I generate from the basic recruitment activity in my very first month.
Mm.
That's why the partner recruitment is as important and probably ultimately in the long run more important than the customer recruitment. So it's having those two partners in place as soon as is possible, and especially in a double ECB month or 200% ECB month, because you, instead of, as I said, 150 points, you make 450 points. So a brand new partner in their recruitment this month, generating enough points, action points, 12 points to get the new partners in play, it's 900 points instead of 300 for the recruitment of the first two partners. That takes you fast silver, and you're well on the way to going gold within your first month. And it's much easier to do with these WCB bonuses than it is to do
Yeah.
it in a normal one. So
They've been incredibly generous.
well, what the company's trying to do here is increase momentum.
Yeah,
It's looking for more partnership recruitment in particular. Why? Because that leverages customers. Zinzino's average customer volume per active partner is 24.
Mm.
So you think about that. For every partner you create, active partner you create, the company's got another 24 customers. I know it's the one under the 25, which I find a bit strange, but it is. Because some partners don't actually really do very much. You know, we've got people in our upline who don't have 25. So, pardon me, but that's just the way they decide to run their business.
Mm.
So what I'm saying is your partners are as important as your customer recruitment, especially in these months where you get these extra bonuses. And the rank improvement comes along with that as well. So instead of going fast silver in your first month, this month you can go gold easily, just with the partner recruitment.
Yeah.
Sorry, butted in.
No, you're fine. So for instance, Tanya didn't go fast silver in her first month, but she's got her X team and she's now 25. So we know that is, instead of having the 375 credits for her fast silver, she now needs to do 750, which is, you know, it's
Two
a
partners.
bit of a damn nuisance, but never mind. That's two partners though,
Yeah.
as you say. That would give you 900
900
credits.
points. Yeah.
900 credits. So that means that you would have easily gone through silver and well on your way to gold. But again, don't leave anything to the last minute. The longer you leave it to the last minute, the more difficult it is to achieve, because you're constantly panicking about whether that's the case.
So let's bring it back full circle
Yeah,
and just talk about
get your
the importance of the
action
goals.
points done. I'll send out the sheet again. So I'll email that to you, so you'll be able to fill it in. And if you need help filling it in, let me know. I'm in and out tomorrow. I'm out from about 12 o'clock tomorrow.
I would strongly encourage you to share what you do with it, so that firstly you understand what, like which Sue's been showing you, but understand how to do it, but more importantly drill into why you do it, because of what clarity it gives you, because essentially the numbers give you a picture of where your business is and where you want it to go. That defines the activity, because at the end of it all, you'll only create the levels of volume that you're talking about with the activity necessary to do that. And we know what the averages are. They don't vary hugely, regardless of the level of skill, actually. And it is a numbers game. And the more you put through the sausage machine, the greater the number of sausages come out the other end.
Yippee!
And
We like sausages. We need to sizzle more, though. We need to sizzle
and
more.
the bigger your business will get, much more rapidly.
I'm going to stop recording, so bear with me.
How are we doing for time?
Yeah, it's 6 o'clock now.
Is it?
So,
It's time.
yeah, it is time for us to